for the best of national, local, international news and sport. Tune in to News Punch and Diamond 88.7 FM. News Punch, all about the news.
It's 1 minute gone past 9 a.m. Good morning and thank you for joining us on today's edition of News Punch and Diamond 88.7 FM in Loring, where we bring you the trend and stories across the globe. My name is Mekamua Osigbodi. Here are the stories making waves across the world. In Nigeria, Vice President Kashim Shettima has said President Bola Tinubu-led administration plans to create 1 million jobs in the digital world. Shettima stated this when he received a delegation from the Republic of Korea led by Special Envoy to the President, H.E. Jang Sung-min, at the presidential villa. The Vice President also used the opportunity to reaffirm Nigeria's commitment to strengthening relations with the Republic of Korea, especially in promoting trade, technology transfer, and maintaining global peace. Still in Nigeria, Garba Shehu, the former spokesperson for ex-President Muhammadu Buhari, has explained that the former Nigerian leader put petrol subsidy removal and the unification of the country's foreign exchange rates on hold for a better time. Shehu made this known in a statement yesterday, exactly 4 weeks after Bola Tinubu took over from Buhari on May 29, 2023, and announced petrol subsidy removal, with a litre of the vital commodity jumping from 184 naira to over 500 naira amid attendant economic pain. The former presidential spokesman said only a new administration can attempt such in view of the volatile security situation of the country when Buhari held sway as Nigeria's president between May 2015 and May 2023. Garba Shehu also noted that the Buhari administration in its last days could not have gone ahead with the reforms because the APC had an election to win. On the foreign scene, Russia President Vladimir Putin has said that any attempt to blackmail Russia or foment unrest would fail after an armed rebellion shook his more than 2 decades of rule. He warned that fighters employed by the mercenary outfit Wagner could join the military or leave for Belarus after the group carried out an armed revolt. Putin also thanked the security officials for their work during an armed rebellion in a meeting that included Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, who was a main target of the mutiny. In sports, Super Eagles forward Peter Olayinka has sealed the move to Serbian club Red Star Belgrade. The former European champions announced that Olayinka has joined them on a 3-year deal with an option for another year. The versatile forward last featured for Czech Republic outfit Slavia Prague. Olayinka expressed his delight after signing his contract. And that's all we have for you on today's edition of News Punch. Up next is the Diamond Breakfast Show, where we'll bring you analysis of some of the major stories from the week. Do stay tuned.
The major talking points in Nigeria are always on the lips of the citizens.
What's going on in this country? Look at smaller countries taking lead, and you call yourself giant of Africa. Yeah.
Nigeria don't spoil my business too much. Nigeria is too hard for us. I mean, I want to kill us. Father, not kill us for Nigeria. Oh, please, help us beg them.
They should reduce their expenditure so that they can free enough money for social development.
I wish for a Nigeria where we elect a leader based on competency and not popularity.
On the Diamond Breakfast Show, we place the spotlight on the critical issues in the country.
Government that says they are broke can prioritize construction of an additional runway over education of the people.
How can a government, how can you hold Indomine? This is intolerable. It's provocative.
Now, you see, when you look at our democratic journey, we are yet to practice genuine democratic system in Nigeria.
Join us on Mondays to Friday on the DBS from 9 to 10 a.m. The Diamond Breakfast Show, amplifying the voice of the people. From the studios of Diamond 88.7 FM in Lorry, this is the Diamond Breakfast Show.
It's exactly 5 minutes after 9. Good morning and welcome to the Diamond Breakfast Show. This is the show where we bring you proper analysis of the trending stories for the week. My name is Mekamua Osigbodi. Friends call me Mecca. And of course, today I'm not analyzing the stories alone. To do this with me this morning is Dr. David Aindero, Niwosek Executive Director, a public affairs analyst, and social commentator. Good morning, sir. It's great to have you in the studio.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Baraka di Salah.
Same to you. Happy holidays as we anticipate the holidays. So, Little Minion told me you were stuck in traffic, but it's great to have you here early. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Now, bear in mind, just before we get into the first story for today, you could be a part of the conversation. All you need to do is drop a comment in the comment section on our live feeds across Facebook and YouTube. On Facebook is Diamond 887 FM. And on YouTube is Diamond FM Lauren. Feel free to air your opinions in the comment section, and we'll be sure to take them at the appropriate time. You could also send a message via WhatsApp or SMS to the number 0913 655 6864. Once again, the number is 0913 655 6864. At the appropriate time, we'll open up the phone lines so you could call in to be a part of the conversation. Now, just before we get into it, also, you could bear in mind that you could share the live feeds across various social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We'll be sure to give it a repost when necessary. All right, let's get into the story for today. Now, for our first story, former governor of Bauchi State, Issa Yuguda, yesterday said that up until the time of its removal, the fuel subsidy has mostly been a scam run by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, in conjunction with marketers and other stakeholders in the oil sector. Now, according to him, he was privileged to serve as the chairman of a subcommittee between 2008 and 2009 under the economic meltdown period, and he chaired the committee on subsidy where everything about the scam from the initiative was discovered. Let's take a listen to Issa Yuguda.
All of them. And I must sadly also report that, you see, Nigeria subsidy, if it's that part of it that is actually goes for the subsidy, we go on subsidizing sub-Saharan Africa and Central Africa, because the bulk of these products are smuggled out of this country. Then who is subsidizing who? And attempts were made, but I'm telling you, it can be very frustrating in Nigeria to implement policies, especially where there are interests and a cabal that exists. It's just similar to what you have as this bunkering issue. Something not, it can be stopped, but you can't stop it. It can be stopped, but the political will to stop it is not there. There are so many interests that are involved there. And that's what is leading Nigeria to where we are today. That at a point in time during the Jonathan regime, I know we hardly were pumping up to 1 million barrels a day. And the prices kept crashing. Then how do you manage the economy that is dependent on oil? So the subsidy regime, like I said, should have gone way back in 2012, 2013. Should have gone. Any person that is shouting subsidies are going to affect that, this is a selfish person. A person who is connected to the scammers that are killing this country. So they didn't have the political way to take the decisions to remove it. All this, they say, IMF is pushing us, IMF is that, World Bank is, that is not the issue. In fact, I have one of my friends who is in the oil industry. We traveled to China with him, one of the presidents of Nigeria. He told me, my brother, because we were discussing the subsidy issue, say, I'm a member of the economic team of Mr. President. And when I went for a meeting, I told him, Mr. President, I called him by the side. I said, Mr. President, please remove this subsidy. He said, we are tired of making money.
That's Isai Goda with a very, very huge claim over there. Now, Mr. Ainder, this is a lot to unpack, right? Just before we get into dissecting this, let's talk about your reaction or the reaction of a common man when they hear this kind of revelation.
I think if we have to address this from the point of view of a common man, you will see that common men are no longer perturbed. They are used to it. They know what is happening in Nigeria, that the bourgeois have truly taken over, that they don't matter to them. And the so-called rich people that we have in Nigeria are people that are rich without enterprise. And they are rich and they are feeding on us. They are feeding on the common man. So asking me to talk from the common man's point of view is not going to really give the true point view of the whole thing as it is. The elites and the bourgeois have embarrassed themselves, and it's an eye-opener that what we have been saying concerning subsidy is true. This person is a past governor, a past minister, and somebody of means and of width. So Nigerians are seeing him and they have heard him, just authenticating what we have always believed, that the subsidy itself is not the problem, but what is the problem is the management of the subsidy. They have grossly mismanaged this country, and if I must say, we are not happy about that. We are not happy about that because we have continually seen these people feeding on Nigerians and very heartless leadership. The most unfortunate revelation there is the fact that this report has been sent to them several times. You can't imagine that someone in Nigeria said he's tired of they are tired of making money from subsidy. And that's why everybody wants to go to oil and gas. Every one of them have a stake in oil and gas. And you can see that even this so-called remover itself, this so-called subsidy itself is not the crime. Don't blame I can't blame, if I make a mistake now, while analyzing, I won't blame this mic. I will blame myself. It's the people behind the subsidy that should be blamed. Good idea. You cannot say that you will not be responsible as a father in your home. You have to provide certain things. In a developing nation, sincerely speaking, subsidizing things, helping people is not the crime. But some people will just gather themselves somewhere in Nigeria and take advantage of every situation, taking advantage of subsidy, and they mix this country so hard. And unfortunately, this report will not see the light of the day. This report will not be followed up. This report will not yield any arrest, will not yield any probe. They will just say, let us leave it as it is. That the Yoruba will say, want to jail law. That let them just keep enjoying. They have scaled through that. And that is the situation. That's what is the most painful thing. You can't get people in that caliber to even mention that his friend said he's tired of making money from subsidy.
Right. All right. Just before we get more into it, just like you mentioned, we are unable to get people or a particular scapegoat. Is it because this subsidy is actually political? But just before you answer that, let's go on a quick timeout. We have to pay the bills. When we get back, we'll take the answer to that question.
Keep in touch with us from any part of the world. Log on to our website, www.diamondfm.net, or download our app, Diamond FM, on Google Play Store or Apple Store.
Are you looking looking to introduce your business to the world or maintain an existing brand image? Well, let's help you. Advertise with us at Diamond 887 FM in Lorry. We provide a wide range of services to help showcase your business. For inquiries and advert bookings, visit our marketing office at Plot 2, New Uni Road, Irewolede, Ilorin, or call 091 2929 4332 or 081 2828 6078. Diamond 887 FM, your shining supreme station.
15 minutes after 9, you're still listening to the Diamond Breakfast Show on your Shining Supreme station, Diamond 88.7 FM. Ilorin. Remember, to be a part of this, all you need to do is watch us live on Facebook or on YouTube. On YouTube is Diamond FM Ilorin. On Facebook, Diamond 887 FM. Your contributions are very valid. All you need to do is drop it in the comment section or send a message to 0913655 6864, WhatsApp and regular text messages. Now, Dr. Indira was asking, subsidy looks political. Is this one of the reasons why we have not had a scapegoat, despite claims that lots of people are reaping heavily from this?
It is political because the people really perpetrate. They are the billionaires in town, and the next thing that billionaires in Nigeria does is, after acquiring so much wealth, you want to go and hold the source, which is the political source. Because if you acquire political power, you have the economic power. So they have the spirit of we call it esprit de corps, the fraudulent politicians. They are interwoven. That was why when Yuguda said, he came up with the report that Mr. President saw the report. The report is everywhere in the presidency. It has to be killed. No, if you must die, you will die. That report cannot see the light of the day. There are several other reports like that. So it's political, and as long as we keep maybe keeping our politicians unabated, they will aggrandize their wicked attitude, wicked actions, and it will have consequences, and the consequences is political. They will take on to power and perpetrate and do more of what they did to